واللعنة على أعدائهم من الآن إلى يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum. Can everyone hear me?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Right. So, Sister Nasreen. Oh, Sister Zahra. Assalamu alaikum. So last week we did Bab, the four-letter verb, correct?
Walaikum salam. Yes.
Okay. So today, some of the mistake, so some of the things I want to do is that some of the confusion which some students are having and have made, I want to eradicate that today. So first of all, remember that this is a four-letter verb, and the four-letter verb this is a pattern, and the verbs and the four-letter verb is made from a three-letter verb. So originally, the verb which is now being constructed on the four-letter verb pattern originally was a three-letter verb itself. So normally, as I said, so the main meaning this pattern is used for is to make a fi'l lazim. What does fi'l lazim mean?
It's the intransitive verb that completes its meaning with a doer only.
Exactly. So it's mainly this verb, the four-letter verb af'ala, is normally used to make a intransitive verb into a transitive verb. So this is the main reason this verb is there for. So for example, the verb dhahaba, which means he went, and when you make it on the pattern of adhaba, adding an alif, it gives the following meaning. Number one. So if you want to write these meanings down, for dhahaba to adhaba, it changes the meaning to cause to go away. To cause to go away. So you will say adhaba. So you can say adhaba Muhammadun Zaidan. Muhammad made Zaid go away.
Okay.
Okay, or you could say adhaba, for example, adhaba Muhammadun min al-madrasati ila al-suqi. Muhammad made Zaid go away from the school to the market. So he is the one who is initiating or causing something to happen. Okay, and the other meaning which it can come in the meaning of, it comes in the meaning of eliminate. Adhaba comes in the meaning of eliminate something or to take away. To take away adhaba. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And then the other example being is dakhala. Dakhala. So dakhala, which meant dakhala, as you know, dakhala means he entered. And when we put it on the pattern of the four-letter verb, the meaning changes. So as I said to yourself last time, and I'll give you a couple of other meanings as well. For example, adkhala will come in the meaning now, as I said last time, and I'll mention some other meaning as well. Adkhala, insert. Adkhala becomes in the meaning of insert. Insert. To introduce. Or To make or let enter, bring in. To make or let enter, bring in. These are the meanings.
Okay, thank you.
And then the other one I gave you, example is kharaja. Kharaja, which normally means he exited or he left. When it comes in the pattern of akhraja, yukhriju ikhraj, means to move out. Akhraja. So akhraja will come in the meaning of to move out, to pull out.
Sheikh, can you repeat that, please?
Which one?
Kharaja and akhraja.
Kharaja means he exited. And then akhraja with the alif in the beginning on the four-letter verb, it comes in meaning to move out, take out, to extract, remove, eliminate. So this is how the meaning changes. Right. Of course, you gradually will get to know the differences in the meaning. But of course, at the moment, I'm more concerned of yourself getting the conjugation correct, because one of our bright students, they made a mistake, and if they are making mistakes, then other people are going to make mistakes as well. And it was the reason why the mistake was made. It was is that the observation. So it's really important that you observe everything very carefully. And if you don't observe things carefully, you'll make the mistakes. That's the reason why I want to quickly go over this and make some clarifications.
Sheikh, can I please, I don't want to interrupt you. Just one thing, you know, the chart you have in front of you.
Yeah.
On the mudhakkar of anta, antuma, and antum.
Yeah.
So the second one, majhul.
Mm-hmm.
Is it correct? Af'iltunna?
I haven't taught you the majhul yet.
Oh, because I thought that was because I was copying the other ones on that pattern, the kharaja and the
So the
words which were given.
Yeah, the only things which I went through, it was the ma'lum and the ma'lum past and the present.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And the imperative.
Sorry.
So the past tense, as I said, has the alif there, which is hamzatul qat, and it will be af'ala, af'ala, af'alu, af'alat, af'alata, af'alna, af'alta, af'altuma, af'altum, af'alti, af'altuma, af'altunna, af'altu, af'alna. So the ending itself remains the same. The only change is that the alif is brought in the beginning. Now I'm going to pick on Sister Najma. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Najma.
Walaikum salam.
If we look at the present tense now,
Present tense. Okay.
this one here, ma'lum, mudari,
Yeah.
ma'lum. It
Yeah.
says yuf'ilu. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Now, if I gave you this yuf'ilu, can you tell me from looking at it, it's a four-letter verb?
Yes, I would.
How?
Because you know the second harf, the second letter is sukun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the first letter is dhamma, and the third letter is kasra.
Very good. Excellent. That's a good observation. Very good observation. Yes, this is what I was going to mention to yourself. To differentiate from a three-letter verb and a four-letter verb is to check the first letter, the harf al-mudari in the beginning. If it has a dhamma and then the middle letter has a kasra, you will know that this is a four-letter verb pattern itself.
Yeah.
And that is the correct observation. That is correct. And then can you conjugate the verb yudkhilu? Yudkhilu.
Yudkhilu, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yudkhilu, yudkhilani, yudkhiluna, yudkhilu,
تدخلوا
yudkhila,
تدخل
tud, tud,
تدخلوا
tudkhilu, tud, tudkhilani, tudkhilna,
يدخلنا
yudkhilna, tudkhilu, tudkhilani, tudkhiluna, tudkhilina, tudkhilani, tudkhilna, ad, ad,
ادخلوا.
udkhilu,
Yep. Continue. Sister Najma, unmute your mic. Sister Najma, unmute your mic, please. Sorry. ادخلوا.
udkhilu,
Yep.
udkhilu,
ادخلوا.
udkhilu,
ادخلوا.
nudkhilu.
Okay, brilliant. Right. Sister Zahra, can I ask you to come on the mic for a second?
Yes.
Now, Sister Zahra. Now, can you see what's the main thing on how to differentiate the difference now from a 3-letter verb and a 4-letter verb? That you will see that the beginning itself, it has a dhamma, and all of the 3-letter verbs, they had a fatha. Kataba yaktubu, dharaba yadribu, nasara yansuru.
Yes. Now I can see. Yes.
Yeah. So that's
Yes.
and the other thing is that the present tense majhul. The present tense majhul, it's on the pattern of yuf'alu, which remains that, and you know that the middle letter has a fatha. So if it
Yes.
has a fatha, then it's a majhul. And also, as we know, as I told before, that the mudari majhul, the first letter, the harf al-mudari, has a dhamma. So if it has a dhamma and it has a fatha, you'll know that that's majhul, because the majhul never has a kasra in the middle.
Yes.
Is that clear now? Yes.
Yes. Yes. It's clear now. Thank you.
And then so over here it's yuf'ilu. It cannot be classified as majhul because the middle letter has a kasra, and that's the reason why this will be recognized as a 4-letter verb.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah. It's the same. You can call it babi if'al or 4-letter verb. Same thing, right?
Yes, babi if'al. That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
If'al is the actual imperative or the masdar, meaning that af'ala yufilu. If'al is the masdar from where the actual past and present tense is derived from, because there's a discussion. There's a discussion. Did the action happen first, or the past tense verb came into existence first? So there's a discussion on that as well.
All right.
So they say that the actual action happened first, and then the past and present tense came into existence itself.
Okay.
So that's the reason why they call it babi ifal, the masdar itself, the root word for the 4-letter verb. Okay. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to ask one more student to come on the mic. Can I have Sister Abida on the mic?
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam, Sister Abida. Sister Abida, would you be able to kindly conjugate for me af yuf'ilu, present tense, please? The verb I'm going to give you is yukhriju. Akhraja yukhriju. Can you conjugate that, please?
Ya, yukhriju, yukhrijani, yukhrijuna, tukhriju, tukhrijani, yukhrijna, tukhriju, tukhrijani, tukhrijuna, tukhrijina, tukhrijani, tukhrijna, ukhriju, nukhriju.
Excellent. Sister Sana, can you come on the mic, please?
Yeah, Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam. Okay, Sister Sana, would you be able to conjugate for me the verb aftara? Means he opened his fast, and the present tense is yuftiru. يفطر.
Yeah. يفطر يفطلان
يفطران.
Okay. Let me start again. يفطر يفطران يفطرون تفطر تفطران يفطرن تفطر
تفطر. Correct.
تفطر تفطلان تفطلين
No, تفطرون. Ra is a ra at the end.
تفطرون
Correct.
تفطلين
تفطرين. Correct.
تفطرين تفطران تفطرن
Excellent.
أفطر نفطر.
Excellent. Excellent.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead.
Okay, now you mentioned that the way to distinguish a four-letter verb would be to check that it starts with a dhamma and the middle letter has a kasra,
Correct.
and that's just for the ma'lum.
Yes.
Okay, because if I'm checking the majhul, then the middle the beginning is still a dhamma, but the middle is turning into a fatha.
Exactly. So that's a very good point as well. Yes, from the majhul, mudari majhul, and a mudari majhul of a three-letter verb, you will not be able to tell whether this is a majhul or whether this is a ma'lum. That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. You cannot. The only way you'll be able to tell is from the context whether this is a four-letter verb or a three-letter verb itself.
All right. Thank
Okay,
you.
that's a very good observation. That's a very good observation. Okay, now I want to bring Sister Azmina. Can you come on the mic, please? Sister Azmina, are you there?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Okay, Sister Azmina. Now, the imperatives. Now, originally, the present tense, it had the can you see the past tense had the alif there, af'ala.
Yeah.
Now, originally, the present tense, it should have been you af'ilu.
Okay.
You af'ilu. That the hamza should be in the present tense, but they dropped it, and they made it yuf'ilu. Is that clear? So originally was you af'ilu, but they dropped the hamza, and it became yuf'ilu.
Yeah.
Now, when we make the imperatives, from which forms do we make the imperative? Is it for the third person or the second person?
Second person.
Second person. So what is the normal procedure for a three-letter verb? What do we need to do?
So we first need to remove the first letter of the verb. So like
Correct.
the, and then we add an alif,
Correct.
and then the second letter after has the sukoon, and the last letter also gets a sukoon.
Correct.
And then so we remove the last
Dhamma.
yeah.
And put a sukoon there. Correct. Correct.
And then we look at the middle letter of the third letter in the verb.
Yep.
And that has a fatha or a dhamma, then we put a dhamma on the
No. If it was fatha or a kasra.
fatha or kasra, then we put a kasra.
Yep.
But if it has a dhamma, we put a dhamma.
Excellent. Perfect. Now, thank you for that. Now, let me explain something else. Now, with regards to a four-letter verb, it's slightly different. Now, what happens with a four-letter verb is that once you remove the ta from the beginning and you make the last letter silent, the hamzatul qad, which was in the past tense and which was originally in the present tense, which was dropped, it comes back. It returns back. Sister Amina, are you back?
Yeah.
So after dropping the ta, the ta, after dropping that, the hamza with the alif returns back.
Yeah.
So once that returns back, the last letter, which is the lam, is given a sukoon. What would be the conjugation?
So af'il.
Af'il.
Af'il. Yeah.
So some people made some mistake that what they did, they follow the same formula. What is for the three-letter verb? No. Remember this, that this verb, the four-letter verb, it doesn't follow the same ruling as the 3-letter verb, how you make the imperative. So if you write that note down, that the 4-letter verbs, Babi If'al, the imperative doesn't follow the same procedure with regards to Hamzatul Wasl.
So does it always have a fatha on the?
Yes.
Okay.
4-letter verb, yeah. It always has a fatha.
Okay.
Is that clear for you, Sister Zahra Jamal?
Yes, it's clear.
Sister Sukaina, I know you joined a bit late, but is that clear what I'm trying to make, the point which I'm trying to make?
Yes. Brother.
So what happens in that, when you make the imperative for a 4-letter verb, after dropping the ta, you
Yeah.
bring back the hamzatul qat, which was in the past tense, back in the present, in the imperative, because that has a fatha, that remains with a fatha, and there's no need to bring anything else. So it would be af'il. Sister Zohra Virji, is that clear for you?
No, I was kicked out. I didn't understand it. I'll watch the YouTube later. I just
You got
joined
kicked
back.
out. How did you get kicked out? Who kicked you
I
out?
don't know.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just joined back. I didn't hear the whole thing. I'll listen to the YouTube.
Okay, let me explain quickly. So when you make the imperative for a 4-letter verb, this is the point. When you make the imperative for a 4-letter verb, it doesn't follow the same procedure in regards to Hamzatul Wasl. As we said, that if the middle letter had a dhamma, the Hamzatul Wasl gets a dhamma. If the middle letter had a fatha or a kasra, the Hamzatul Wasl has a kasra. In regards to 4-letter verb, once we drop the ta,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
Hamzatul Qat, which was in the past tense, with a fatha, returns back. And for this reason, all of the 4-letter verbs on the pattern of Babi If'al, it has a Hamza with a fatha in the imperative, which is called Hamzatul Qat.
So Sheikh, in the 3-letter verb, when we make it into imperative,
Yep.
From the present tense, so
Yep.
the ya or the tha is removed, and the letter has a sukoon. The fa has a sukoon. That is why we add the alif.
That's right.
And that is why that alif takes the sign of the middle letter.
Correct.
In the 3-letter verb, and
That's
in
right.
this one, since there was already a hamza, hamzatul qat, which we removed earlier, it already had a fatha.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's why it just comes back. We don't have to change anything.
Exactly. That's right. Absolutely
Okay.
right.
All right.
So
Absolutely.
one question I have, Sheikh.
Yes.
So does this apply to all sorry, one second, let me just lower this down. Okay, does this apply to all 4-letter verbs that have the hamzatul, what did you say, qat, right?
Hamzatul Qat. Yeah, Qat means Hamzatul Qat, in Tajweed, we talk about Qat and Wasl. Qat
Yeah.
is that Hamza which is
Yeah.
pronounced wherever it comes, either in the beginning of the sentence, middle of the sentence, end of the sentence.
Okay, so I would take it that if there are 4-letter verbs starting with hamzatul qat, qat in ma'lum, correct?
Yep.
What would happen in the imperative is that we bring it back on.
Exactly. All of the verbs.
All of
Akhraj,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of them. Akhraja yukhriju, akhrij. Aftara yuftira, aftir. Adkhala yudkhilu, adkhil. Allahumma adkhil ala ahli al-qubur surur. So always the alif comes back. That's the universal ruling for this. So it's easy, this one. And also then, well, I feel like doing something else today. Do you want to do something interesting and a bit more challenging, or this is enough? I'm gonna do it. I'm up for it. I want to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam.
We don't mind doing anything challenging. Just please repost the video, the lesson, so we can do revision.
I did post the last week's lesson, sister.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I did post it. Okay, let me just send this. Let me just show you something which will be useful for you to understand. Of course, I'm not going to test. Prepare yourselves for that. I'm just give you a taster of something which I'm going to do now. So I'm going to pick on who I'm going to pick on. I'm going to pick on the person who has missed a few classes, which is Sister Sana. Sister Sana, sorry,
Okay.
that I'm picking on you. I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind as long as you can put up with my nonsense when it comes to all of this.
No.
I really am messing up.
No, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. As long as I could hear you, I can sort everything else. That's fine. So
Yeah.
in this one here, akrama, it was yukrimu. Can you see this? Akrama on the screen, yes?
Yeah.
Akrama is the past tense. Yukrimu was the present tense. Now, in the imperative, it was akrim. Akrim, okay? Now, this is what I'm going to show you now is the thing what I want to show you. Now, then we have another type of verb as well. It's originally it was sarafa. The root word is sad rafa. Okay, sarafa. And we added a shadda in the middle. Can you see it?
Yes.
So we add the shad and it became sarrafa.
Okay.
It became
Sarrafa.
sarrafa.
Yeah.
And then we in the present tense it becomes yusarrifu.
Okay.
Yusarrifu. Can you see now in this one here? Normally the letters after ya it used to have a sukun. It used to have a sukun, like kataba, yaktubu, akrama, yukrimu.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah.
following?
Yeah.
100%. And please be genuine with me. If you don't understand as a sheikh, you're making no sense at all.
No, because with the rule with the shadda is that it normally makes up a sukoon and the sound together.
Exactly.
So Arabic merges it and makes it a shadda.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. And so this means that the ra, in reality, there are two ra's together.
Yes.
So this
one
is
with the sukoon, one with the sound.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So the first verb, akrama, it had a alif in the beginning of the sentence. So this is a four-letter verb. Yes?
Okay, yeah.
Now the
Yeah.
next one is having a shadda in the middle of the three-letter verb, and it becomes sarrafa.
Okay.
So in the Quran, you have many of these ayats in the Quran where it comes like inna Allaha wa malaikatu yusallu. Yusalluna is also in this pattern, but slightly different. Yusallimu. The word yusallimu taslima is on this pattern. Sallama means that he sent salam. The present tense is yusallimu. The ra should have a kasra, but it's not visible. Unfortunately, I forgot to put the kasra there. So sarrafa yusarrifu. The ra has a kasra. Is that clear?
Okay.
Yusarrifu. Can you repeat that, please? Yusarrifu.
Yusarrifu.
So yusarrifu is the present tense. Okay. So yusarrifu can come in the meaning of, when you go to Iraq and ziyarat, they call it tasrif. You know what tasrif is also used for exchange?
Oh, saraf.
Yeah, exactly. Sarraf.
Okay.
Change, the place where you change. And tasrif means the exchange place where you change money. Sarraf, excellent. So here, yusarrifu, the swad had a fatha. Now, how we make the imperatives? Tell me now, Sister Sana. Let's apply some of the formulas which we know from before.
Okay, so this is a four-letter verb. This
Correct.
is counted as a four-letter verb. So yusarrifu.
Yep.
So it's going to start with a hamzatul qat with.
One sec. You're jumping the gun. No, Sister Sana. You're jumping. Let's do one thing at a time. The ya first, the ta, because the imperative is made from the second person. To sarrifu, we drop the ta. Correct?
Yeah.
We make the last letter with a sukoon. Now, look at the letter after the ya. Does it have any harakat? The swad?
Yes, it does.
So there is no need to bring anything else.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to bring, because we brought the hamzatul wasl because the fa was silent, and we can't start a sentence which is silent.
Okay. All right.
So the imperative will be what? Yusarrifu, drop the ta.
Okay.
Will become what? Sarrif.
Sarrif.
Excellent.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I was emphasizing for everyone, do the homeworks, do the homeworks. I may be late in responding to yourself, but once you do the homework, everything sinks in the mind, and then I could build upon these concrete blocks, or these building blocks, and everything fits in place. Arabic's a very systematic language, and if people don't do their initial homeworks, foundations, then everything sinks in. It sinks in the sand rather than the concrete. So look over here now, sister. Over here where the hand is, the imperative is sarrif.
Yeah.
Conjugate the 6 forms now. Sarrif.
Conjugate the 6 forms. So,
Yes.
okay.
Sarrif.
Sarrif. And then sarrif.
Fa.
Sarrif.
Add the fa.
La.
Add alif. Add alif. Sarrifa.
Sarrifa.
Sarrifu.
Sarrifu. Sarrifi. Sarrifa. Sarrifna.
Excellent. MashaAllah. Excellent.
The tube light is working properly today, I think.
YouTube's working? Oh, what's working?
My tube light is working fine.
Alhamdulillah.
Today.
Okay, that's brilliant.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, who can you choose the next person to come on the mic? Sister, I'm gonna pick on Sister Matsuma, if she's available. Masuma, are you driving or are you at home at the moment? Masuma Hassan? Okay. Okay, well, then I'll pick on someone else. Oh, lol, for Sister Sana. Okay. Next person I'm going to pick on is Sister Tessin. Sister Tessin, you've been having problems in Iraq. Sister Tessin, Bismillah, come on the mic. Sister Tessin, is your mic working? Okay. If not, then Sister Thuraya. Sister Thuraya Aladina, can you come on the mic? Sister Thuraya? Okay, not my day. Sister Fatima Mirali, you're going to come on the mic.
Oh man. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Oh man, why? What's up?
I just came, by the way. I just joined. Just letting you know. So, yeah.
Ya Allah. Okay, that's fine. I wouldn't be that harsh with you. Okay, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, next one. I'm doing this because I felt that it's appropriate now. Now, can you see here now? Dharaba.
Sorry, my husband's just trying to help me with my laptop.
Tell him to join as well, mashallah. He's a good teacher as well.
He's run away now. Okay.
Dharaba, yeah.
Okay.
So here, Dharaba, we are having now, Sister Fatima, you will see that after the first letter, we're adding a alif. Normally, Dharaba, we know the meaning he hit.
Yes, yes.
Now, when it comes on this pattern of Dharaba, adding a alif after the first letter, after the Dhad, this comes in the meaning of combat.
Okay.
So when you fight with someone else, it's called a combat. So anything on this pattern, it gives me a mutual, or between two people beating each other up.
Okay.
So dharaba yudharibu means that exchanging blows.
Okay.
Now, dharaba is a past tense. The present tense is yudharibu.
Okay.
Yudharibu. Now, what happens is that clear so far? Yes?
Yeah.
So the pattern is dharaba yudharibu. So again, in this third 4-letter verb, you will see that after the ya, which is the letter of the present tense, the dhad has a fatha with an alif. Dhad, alif, fatha, dha. Yes? Now, the imperative again. Again, the imperative, originally tudharibu, the ra has a kasra. We drop the harf al-mudhari from the beginning, make the ba with a sukoon. Now, does the dhad have a harakat? Does it have a vowel on there?
Was the alif
Yes,
joining it.
exactly. Yes, it has
Yeah.
a fatha.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no need to bring an additional hamzatul wasl, because the hamzatul wasl was brought because once we dropped the ya or the ta, sorry, the ta, we was left with a sukoon, but the
Yeah.
dad has a fatha.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why there's no need. So we can read the word without adding any additional. So the imperative will be what?
Darib.
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 Excellent. Excellent.
Darib.
Dharib.
Darib. Yeah.
Excellent. So can you conjugate the 6 forms now?
Um,
Dharib.
Darib. Is it like Dariba, Daribat?
No,
Or is that?
it'll be dharib, dhariba, dharibu.
Ooh, okay. And then
Dharibi,
Daribi, Daribna.
dhariba, dharibna. Excellent. Excellent. Dharib, dhariba, dharibu, dharibi, dhariba, dharibna. Excellent.
The sheikh, it will be Zad and Alif Sukun, right?
Yeah, dhad,
The first.
you know, the
The
dhad
first.
has the dhad will have a fatha, and the alif is joined on, and the ra will have a kasra, and the ba will have a sukun over here.
Yeah. But
Dharib.
the alif will not have a sukun there.
No. Yeah, alif is silent. Alif is silent.
Okay. Okay.
Dharib.
Zarib. Okay.
Okay, Sister Zinat, can you come on the mic? As you're on the mic, come on the mic. Sister Fatima, is that clear for you?
Yes, thank you.
Now, Sister Fatima, Sister Zinat, come on the mic.
Okay.
Now, the next one, Sister Zinat, is tasarrafa.
Yeah.
Tasarrafa. Can you see it?
Yes.
Now, tasarrafa, how many letters are here?
There are 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. There are. How do you make 5?
Because the ra has a shadda, so there are 2 ras.
Excellent. So yes, so there are 5 letters here. So we are having additional ta and an additional ra.
Yes.
So tasarrafa, that is a past tense, and the present tense is yatasarrafu.
Yeah.
Can you read it?
Yatasarrafu.
So do conjugate takallama. Takallama means he spoke. Takallama, and the present tense will be
Yatakallama.
yatakallamu. Ahsanti, excellent. Yatakallamu. So, and if you want to say you are speaking, you will say
Tatakallamu.
MashaAllah. Excellent. I am really happy today that all of the 8 months or 9 months work which you have done is paying off.
Alhamdulillah.
It's paying off. So this is the thing what I've done. Normally, people who have studied 2 years in universities, this is no mubalagha, they can't conjugate this yet. Seriously, I'm not joking. If you want to go to some students, you will see them. Ask them how long you've been studying Arabic, and they'll say that don't talk about morphology. And I know students who have studied year full time, still can't conjugate. Now, yatakallamu, you are speaking, and sorry, he is speaking, and tatakallamu, you are speaking.
You are speaking, yes.
Now, when we make the imperative, we'll drop one of the tas.
Yeah.
You drop it?
Yes. So it will be tatakallamu. So it will be takallam.
Yeah. So it'll be originally yatasarrafu. You drop the ya or the ta. Imagine the ya is the ta. After dropping that, we already have a ta with a fatha.
Yeah.
So there's no need to bring anything else. Make the fa with a sukoon becomes tasarraf.
Okay, tasarraf. Okay.
Takallam.
Yeah, so takallam. Okay, so the second letter we don't have to put sukoon there.
Nothing at all. Only thing you need to put sukoon is on the last letter.
Okay, so takallam. Okay, I got it.
Sorry, can I just double check? Is it sarraf or sarrif?
This one here, Sister Sana, all of them have a fatha in this one here. Tasarrafa, yatasarrafu. All of them have a fatha except the last letter.
Because it has a
When
fatha, we have to
you're
make it a fatha, right?
Yes, it
when
remains
you're
with the
making
fatha.
the imperative,
Yes,
so for example, for the one that I did, sarafa,
it was
switched.
kasra. It had kasra. The middle, the
So
ra had a kasra. Was sarrif.
so then the imperative will have kasra as well. That doesn't
Exactly.
change.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Okay, so that will stay. So this is a different verb altogether. What does
Exactly.
the one that you just did mean? Tasarrafa?
I'll teach you after the meaning. I just want to get the patterns, embedded in everyone's mind and understood, and I'll teach you the meaning afterwards.
Okay,
Because
thank you.
that's twofold. One is the actual conjugations. One is the meaning itself. If everyone understands the structure, it'll be easier for me to teach the meaning afterwards, inshallah.
Okay, okay, no problem. Thank you.
Is it clear for you, Sana?
G?
Is it clear for you?
Yes, yes, Alhamdulillah, I get it. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I should pray 2 rakat namaz. Everyone is.
I'm giving you nightmares, sorry.
Not because of yourself. Is that Alhamdulillah? What I plan to do, my structure, because what I've done, this is normally the way I'm teaching is not a normal method which people would use. They would teach in a different method. So I'm actually developing my own way of teaching this, and from my own experience of how to make it so structured and easy for students to understand, and it's working. That's what I'm seeing. That's why I said I should pray 2 rakat namaz. That the way I'm trying to develop everything, make it easy for students, it's working, which I knew would work. So that's the reason why.
Thank you, thank you.
Maulana, can I
Yes,
just
yes,
ask, will you be putting this on WhatsApp? Because
yes.
this is really good for you to practice on.
And I'll give you a full 4 weeks practice on this. I'm giving you a taster at the moment of this. I'm not expect everyone to learn this now. I'm just trying to give you. I'm trying to embed some formulas so that I can pick on this in the next month or so. I'm not going to teach you this all of the year. I'm just trying to give you some basic understanding that when I come back to this, I can go in more in details.
Yeah, it's just that when we want to practice by ourselves, we can just look
Yeah,
at
I said yeah, that's fine. You can practice by yourself, but officially, I'm not gonna touch this yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Sheikh, can I ask you something?
Yes, you go ahead.
So I just wanted to confirm. I can't remember, but I remember you saying it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that when there is a shadda, when you're making imperatives, they stay on. Shaddas and fattas stay on, correct?
Shaddas and fattas.
Yeah, was I right in understanding? Or was it just the shadda letters that stay on?
Yes,
where we're
that's right.
making imperatives. And what about the fattas?
The fattas remain as well.
Yeah,
All
they
of
remain as is. Only thing is that we, at some point we add on because there was a sakin to begin with.
Yes, that's only for the Hamzatul Wasl itself.
Right.
Apart from that, we don't change the actual present tense verb. So whatever the present tense verb was, it remains intact.
Yeah, and the only thing is the end becomes a sakin, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, so that's a standard sort of a given when you're in imperatives.
That's right. So because you're doing so the present tense, I'm going to mention it now, and I'll pick on this concept in the next couple of weeks. The present tense has 3 types of states. How many states are there for a noun?
2.
3. Sister Najma, tell me please.
3.
What are they?
I don't know.
You're right, Shumana. You know them. Zaydun, Zaydan, and Zaydin.
Din, yeah.
So it's Raf, Nasb, and Jar.
Yeah.
And the present tense, also the present tense verb has 3 states as well. One is with a dhamma, one is with a dhamma, one is with a fatha, one is with a sukoon.
Yeah.
I'll teach you them afterwards. That states what the terms are called. But the first is a dhamma, like yukremu. And the next one is akrim, the last letter having a sukoon. And the other one is a fatha, that the present tense last letter has a fatha. I'll teach you them and what are the changes happen, but not yet. But I just want to embed for you to remember that the present tense has 3 different i'rab: dhamma, fatha, and a sukoon. And the imperative is from the state where the past tense or the last letter has a sukoon. Sister Zahra Jamal, can you come on the mic, please? Because this is new for you as well.
Yes.
Is that clear for you so far?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
You will, those people who are doing Mafahim al-Quran and other things, you will love this, what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I'm
Because
already loving it.
yeah, because what happens, all of the Quran, the vocab which you're learning, it puts everything in systematic process, that this is the past tense, okay, this is the present tense, and this is the imperative now.
Mm-hmm.
So it just breaks everything down, and it formalizes everything correctly for you to understand that how and what is a root word, and this is a 4-letter verb, this is a 5-letter verb.
Exactly, yeah. It was really difficult earlier.
Yeah. And what this also does, the next phase of this is once I teach you the meaning of each of these verbs, then you'll be able to understand the Quran better, because you know that if the verb comes on this pattern, it gives this meaning. If the verb comes on this pattern, it gives this meaning, and the root word is this.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Now, the next thing, number 5. So number 5 is tadaraba. So in tadaraba, we're having an additional ta. We're having an additional ta and a alif. Tadaraba, and the present tense is yatadarabu.
Yes.
Yatadarabu.
Mm-hmm.
Tadaraba, yatadarabu. So here again, the present tense, after the ya, the ta has a fatha.
Mm-hmm.
So when we make the imperative, we make the imperative from tatadarabu. We drop one of the, so explain to me, and how do we make the imperative for this now?
So it from the tatazarabu, it will be tazarab.
Correct.
Tazarab, tazaraba, tazarabu, tazarabi, tazaraba, tazarabna.
Excellent. Right. I'm not going to do any more. I just wanted to give you a taster of why I was emphasizing and I was asking these questions again and again. Why is the Hamza? Do you remember, everyone? I was asking the question, why was there a need to bring Hamzatul Wasl for a 3-letter verb? And then I was repeating myself. It was because once we dropped the ta, we ended with a fa with a sukoon.
Yes,
So
and now it explains it very, very nicely.
that was the
It's
reason
all
why.
clear. It's all clear now.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why I was emphasizing, because I wanted to take you to this itself, the other conjugation of the verbs itself.
Jazakallah.
Sister Zohra Virji, is that clear for you? Sister Zohra,
Yeah.
is it? I know it's overwhelming. It's a lot of
Yes.
information I've given, but don't worry, you can forget it. I will come back and teach this again. But the reason why, because I just wanted to make base. Of course, you understand this, what I've done, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
But it's a lot of information to observe.
It's a lot of information, yes.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. I'll come back to this. I just wanted to make things clear, and then gradually, inshallah, when I come back to it again to deal with this in further details, inshallah, you will understand even better, inshallah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sister Sister Azmina, is your sister there? So okay. Sister Mukarrama, is it clear for you as well? Sister Nasreen?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. I can understand. Yes.
Yep. Sister Nasreen, Sister Nasreen,
Yeah,
you
I'm
making
here,
sense of
Sam.
this?
Yes, I understood it better than the last one, actually.
Yeah, it happens. This thing normally happens, is that your previous concepts are understood better when you teach something in more details. That's what happens sometimes. So
But Sheikh, the videos you're talking about, we're not getting them on the WhatsApp group chat.
I have sent them.
Not last week's, we didn't get that. I've been waiting for it.
Okay, let me double check. But what's happening is, some odd reason, when I send them in the group, it's not. Okay, I'll check it. Okay, so yeah, so this is what's happening here. So inshallah, I'll cover this in more detail, but I don't want to delve in this too much again, because if I start dealing with this this whole 10 or 8 conjugations, it will take another 4 weeks for me. And then what's going to happen, you're going to forget the 4 lessons of the book completely. Then I'll start again fresh. So I'm not going to do that. Sister, who should I pick on next? Sister Abida, is that clear for you as well? Sister, Sister Abida, are you there? Sister Abida, are you there? Okay, any question from anyone before I go move any further? Any questions from anyone? What's happening? Is everyone so tired?
Salam, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam.
Sheikh,
Yes, Sister Fatima.
yeah, do you recommend any textbooks that we can buy, you know, with the
No.
morphology and the grammar?
If I recommend you a book on morphology, then you will say, Sheikh, do I need to go back to university and do a PhD in morphology?
Okay.
So I will not recommend any book at all. That all the books are so difficult, you will start banging your head against the wall, saying that what is this book teaching you? It makes no sense at all. If you just do the homeworks, if everyone just does the homeworks, I am more than confident that everything will be understood. If people don't do the homeworks, then people will fall behind, because everything is I'm doing it so structured that the books which are out there on the market, majority of them, I shouldn't say this, but I would not spend my money on them, are that bad. Majority of the books, all the books, and the people who are teaching these and writing these books, they're awful. Maybe PhD students, but the way they have taught them, it has made it so difficult that you need to have like a degree or something before you can even understand these books. I don't know why they've done this, but books in Arabic, books in Farsi, they are much more easier to understand than the books in the English language, unfortunately. There is not even one book which I'll recommend in English on this subject, unfortunately. Right, let's go back to the main core. I'll send you these handouts. I've got everything on PDFs. I'll send them when the time is right. Let me quickly go there, and then I need to finish this off quickly.
Could you send them now? Because there's a holiday coming up, so we can revise it.
Yeah, I'll send that across to you, Doctor. I'll send you all of them. I'll send that all of them across to you. Now, but was that clear for you as well, Doctor? Because you have some background Arabic knowledge as well. Dr. Rahim? Was it making more sense for you?
Yeah.
Pardon?
I will have to go to...
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, now, Sister Zamina, is your sister there?
Yes, she's here.
Okay, let her come back. Come on the mic.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam, how are you?
Yeah, good. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Now, the imperatives. Is the imperatives clear for you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it's af'il, af'ila. So if I give you the verb akhrij, can you conjugate that for me, please?
Akhrij, akhrija, akhriju, akhriji, akhrija, akhrijna.
Excellent. Sister Sukaina Khalfan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Adkhala yudkhilu. Imperative, adkhil.
Yes, adkhil. Okay. So
Allahumma adkhil ala ahli al-qubur surur. As we recite this. Go ahead. Adkhil.
So you want me to do the 6 imperatives?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So it's adkhil, then it's adkhila, then it's adkhilu, then it's adkhili. Correct?
Yep.
Adkhil, adkhila, sorry. Just
Adkhil.
adkhili, adkhila, and then adkhilna.
Excellent, excellent. Can I have next on the mic, Sister Sadiqa Jafar? Sister
Assalamu
Sadiqa.
alaikum,
Alaikum
Sheikh.
salam, Sister Sadiqa. Sister Sadiqa, akhrij. Akhrij means to extract. The imperative, akhrij, over here. Akhrij.
Akhrij, akhrija, akhriju, akhriji, akhrija, akhrijna.
MashaAllah, excellent. Sister Shama, Sister Shama 54. Sister Shama, can you, okay, maybe not. Sister Nasreen, can you come on the mic?
I'm here, Sheikh.
Okay, so the verb is aftara, yuftiru. The imperative is aftir. Can you conjugate that for me?
After, aftera, after, afteru, aftiri, aftera, afterna.
Excellent. Can I have next on the mic? Sister, who is messaging me? Sorry, mic's not working. Okay. Sister Sharabanu Khaku.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sister Sharabanu, I'm going to give you the verb. Anzala means that he sent or he revealed. Anzala, yunzilu inzal. The imperative is anzil.
Okay. Anzil, anzila, anzilu, anzili, anzila, anzilna.
Excellent. Excellent. MashaAllah. I think everyone knows this, so I'm not going to spend any more time on this. I want to move on to the last one and then inshallah conclude the class after that. So all of this was done for this verb, which I'm going to show you on the screen, because this is the verb which requires let me just bring it onto the screen, because I was doing a revision for this verb itself. So all of this time was just to get yourself onto this verb and for yourself to be able to conjugate this correctly. So I'm going to finish this in 10 minutes. So I'll not take no more than 10 minutes. Right. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Sister Thuraya, Sister Thuraya Aladina, is your mic working? Okay, Sister Zina John Muhammad.
Yeah, okay, I'm here.
Okay. Originally, can you hear me? Yes?
Sorry?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
So originally, ahabba, originally the word ahabba, it was on the it is on the pattern of af'ala yuf'ilu, baba if'al.
Yeah.
But because of the shadda on the ba, the harakat have been slightly moved. Originally, if it's without the ba, the shadda on the ba, it would be ahbaba. Do you remember that? I said that in the group before.
Yeah, yes.
Ahbaba and yuhbibu.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So ahbaba yuhbibu. That was the original.
Yeah.
But because of the shadda, it's read ahabba.
Yeah.
Can you conjugate the past tense down, please?
Ahabba, ahabba, ahabbu, ahabbat, ahabbata, ahabbabna.
Ahbabna.
Ahbabna.
So, sister, 1 second. Sister Zinat. Now, what's happening here? Ahbabna. This form from this form, the sixth form, the shadda is removed and is reverted back to the original, as the pattern of akrama, akrama, akramu, akramat, akramna.
Yeah.
Ahbabna. So then from this onwards, it follows the same pattern. Continue.
Okay. Ahbabna, ahbabta, ahbabtuma, ahbabtum, ahbabti, أحببتما أحببتن أحببت أحببنا.
Excellent. Excellent. Can Sister Butul Manji.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sister Butul Manji. Can you do past tense ahabba?
Ahabba, past tense.
Yes, please.
Ahabba, ahabba, ahabbu, ahabbat, ahabbata, ahabbabna,
Ahbabna.
ahbabna, ahabbabta, ahabbtuma, ahabbabtum, ahabbabti, ahabbabtuma, ahabbabtunna, ahabbabtu, ahabbabna.
Ahbabna. Excellent. Okay. Next person I'm going to bring on the mic is Sister Rosie. Rosie, are you there?
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Can you do the present tense now? Yuhibbu.
يحب يحباني يحبون تحب تحباني تحبنا
Yuhbibna.
يحببنا.
So 1 second. Now, if I was doing akhraja, yukhriju, 4-letter verb, it will be yukhriju, yukhrijani, yukhrijuna. Tukhriju, tukhrijani, yukhrijna. Yeah, yuhbibna. It follows the same original pattern itself. So all of the actual plurals of the females, the third person and the second person, plurals for females, it reverts back to the original, removing the actual the shadda from the ba. So that's the reason why I had to teach you the basic pattern, yukrimu, yukrimani, yukrimuna, so that you understand when a shadda comes, in which form, when it reverts back to the original, what is the pattern for the original pattern itself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Bismillah. Tuhibbu?
تحب تحباني تحبون تحبنا.
Tuhbibna. Tuhibbuna, sorry. Tuhibbuna, yeah. Continue.
تحبون تحبينا تحباني تحببنا.
Yes.
أحب نحب.
Excellent. Excellent. Dr. Rahim, can you come on the mic, please?
Okay.
Dr. Rahim?
Yes.
Bismillah. Can you do the present tense? Yuhibbu. Slow as possible.
Okay, I'll go slowly, inshallah. Yuhibbu. Yuhibbu, yuhibbani, yuhibbuna.
Excellent.
Yuhibbu, yuhibbani, yuhibbibna.
Excellent.
Yuhibbu, yuhibbani, yuhibbuna, yuhibbina, yuhibbani, yuhibbina,
Doctor, tuhbibna.
Tuhbibna,
Then I am uhibbu.
Uhibbu, nuhibbu.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. That was very good. Sister, I'm going to pick on Sister Abida. Are you there? Abida Laka, are you there? Sister Abida, is your mic working? The reason why I'm picking on you because this is the first time you're doing this. Okay, she's not answering. I'm going to pick on Sister Sana. Can I pick on you as well because you've missed about 3 or 4 classes as well?
Yeah.
Is it making sense now?
Yeah, but we are back to 3-letter verbs, ahabba or
No, it's
not
not 3
really.
letters. It's a 4-letter verb as well. It's still classified as 4-letter. Look at the past tense.
Because of the shadda.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine.
So I want you to conjugate yuhibbu and then I'm going to do something else and that'll be it. Continue. Yuhibbu.
Yuhibbu, yuhibbani, yuhibbuna, tuhibbu, tuhibbani, yuhibbibna, tuhibbu, tuhibbani, tuhibbuna, tuhibbina, tuhibbani, tuhibibna, Uhibbu, nuhibbu.
Excellent, excellent. Now, over here now, the imperatives. The imperative of akrama, you remember akrama yukrimu was akhrij, remember? Do you remember akhraj yukhriju? The imperative for the four-letter verb was akhrij.
Yeah.
So here, the imperative is ahbib. Akhrij. So what's happened is that the two bars are separated from each other and it reverts back to the original. And it becomes ahbib and then ahbib, ahibba, ahibbu, ahibbi, ahibba, ahbibna. Sister Najma, does that make sense for you as well?
Yes, yes. Yeah. I didn't understand this uhibbu.
Uhibbu? What do you mean?
The amr of uhibbu.
Ahbib.
Ahibba, then ahibbu.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, yeah, understood. Yeah, you
so
take off the
originally
note.
you have two. For this itself, there's two imperatives. Let me just write this down because there's two imperatives. One, let me just write this down. Give me 1 second. And this will be the last. I'm not going to teach anything else after this. So Sana, does it make sense as well for you?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
You see, with this uhibbu and with these shadda things, I don't know when to do a shadda and when to use two letters baba.
It's only in the plurals. Only in the plurals. The shadda in the plurals of the females, the tars are separated from it. The shadda is broken.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's a practice. I have to do it. Yeah, okay.
There you go. Ahbib and ahibba. I've just sent in the group now. So the hamzatul ahibba, the hamzatul qat, which was dropped in the present tense and which was in the past tense, comes back. Ahibba or ahbib, both of them are correct imperatives.
Can I ask a question in this one?
Bismillah.
So in the tuhibbu, if we remove the ta to make it into an imperative, the ha still has a haraka on it.
Yes,
But
what
we are
happens
still adding, yeah.
What happens is that once we drop the ta, the hamzatul qat, which was in the past tense, returns back itself.
Yeah.
So because originally ahib, we need to understand ahabba yuhibbu, it's a four-letter verb and it's on the pattern of af'ala yuf'ilu. We always, that's the reason why you need to make this mindset. Remember that these verbs are on which pattern they're coming on, because the pattern is the actual criteria of how to conjugate the verb itself.
So ahbab, so like tuhibbu would be ahbib. It won't be
ahbib or ahibba.
Ahibba.
Ahbib
Oh,
and
yeah.
ahibba, both of them are correct.
Yeah, ahibba makes a little more sense. It does
Yeah.
make it confusing. I don't know. Ahbib makes it a bit confusing.
Yeah, so what's happening is that they've taken they've actually conjugated it without having a shadda completely. So, so for example, remove the ta, make the last letter with a fatha, because that's what normally happens when you make an imperative. Bring the hamzul qat from the past tense, becomes ahibba, which is more clearer for everyone.
Yeah, that's more
clear. That's better. Yeah.
That's clearer because that's the reason why I wrote in the WhatsApp group two imperatives, ahbib and ahibba. So what I want everyone to do now.
Question, Sheikh, in this one only. Sorry, I can
go ahead.
You see here, the ba has a shadda, right? In the madari anta.
Yep.
Here it's tuhibba.
Yep.
So why can't it be ahbab? One can't be ahbab.
No, because it's a
Why did the ba change to a kasra? Like I
because
thought that
originally, let me write this down. Let me just write this down, and then this will be it. Because I'm gonna. yuhbibu. Can you see it says originally, if there was no shadda, it would be ahbaba yuhbibu.
Hold on, let me look at this. Yuhbibu would have been where?
I'm sending in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, let me just go back. I was looking at the so yuhbibu would be in the present tense, right?
Yes,
Like,
that's right.
mm-hmm.
And then we drop the ya from the beginning, the ta from the beginning. The
Okay.
hamzul qat comes back in, and it becomes ahbib.
Right. So I am doing it from the wrong. I think I'm doing it. I'm constructing it from the wrong thing. That's what my
Exactly.
I'm not doing it from the right place.
Yes.
Yeah, I get what my mistakes are now.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you so much.
So now, yeah, I'm tired now actually.
Sorry,
okay,
Sheikh.
no, that's fine. So what I want everyone to do now, I want everyone to write this again, the past, present, and imperative. And that is it. Please do this and send me a voice recording. And I'll give you one more verb, another verb on the same pattern as well. And I want you to conjugate that as well. Okay, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma kulli waliyika al-hujjat ibn Hasan.
Was you want us to?
I want everyone to write the past, present, and imperatives in the Arabic, and also send me a voice recording as well.
Of which verb?
Ahabba yuhibbu.
Okay, thank you.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم كن وليك الحجة بن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وأين حتى تسكنه أرضك وتمتعه فيها طويلة واجعلنا من أنصار وشيتك وجندك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم. Yeah, and inshallah, please do this, and I'll send you the other PDF file of the 10 conjugation of the different types of 4 5-letter verbs so that you can practice yourself. But I'm not going to teach it at the moment. I'm going to teach it when it's appropriate, when it comes in the book itself. Because these additional information which I'm giving you, it's not in the book, but it's my approach to this book is trying to make the book more intense and more in depth, that once a student finishes book 2, they have already comprehended or achieved about 30% of book 3 already. Okay.
So, Maulana, can I ask you a question again? Is of the ahabba that you want us to conjugate?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing else.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Inshallah. Iltimas dua.
So, Sheikh, last week you had only given us 3. Adkhil, aslim, and after.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and today you add on ahbab.
Ahabba, and I'm not going to give you another one. I'm going to give you another one. Is I'll give you another verb as well. I'll send that in the group as well. I'm going to think about which one to give you. Whether I should give amadda yumiddu or aadda yuiddu. I'm going to just think which one I should give you. I'll send that in the group, inshallah.
The easier one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, easy one. That's right.
Okay, thank you.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajam. So inshallah, I hope today's lesson was a bit of a more taster and a more introduction to the Arabic language than what we have been doing so far at the moment. So it's trying to open more doors and more vocabulary for you by the conjugations itself, inshallah.
Please, sir, send us the class recording of last week and this week.
I'll do that. I'll do that, inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah.
Thank you.